All right, hopefully this is the last video. Should definitely be. So again, we were saying the neritic zone is where Nemo was with Mr. Ray, his teacher, floating around all kinds of like beautiful life forms, very colorful. This one goes from 0 meters, so like right at the shoreline, like we said, to the drop-off point, so 200 meters below the surface of the water. Now, the other really, really important thing to know about this this number, 200, is that the sunlight will only reach 200 meters below the surface of the water. So if you think about that, there's going to be lots of light in this zone too, because sun can reach all the way to the bottom. That's why you can have a lot of plant life, because there's going to be enough enough sunlight to allow the plants to do photosynthesis. This is home to more animals than any other zone because of this. It doesn't have the harsh conditions like the intertidal zone. And what we're going to learn soon is that the open ocean zone doesn't receive sunlight other than like right here at the very top of the surface, but nowhere at the bottom. So there's no plants and then very few animals, because then they have nothing to eat. There's less oxygen and things like that. And so the neritic zone is really where the majority of life form happens in the ocean. It's also very beautiful, as we already saw. And some examples of this would be fish, seals, otters, corals. And there's not many adaptations because everything is just like nice here. The water is calm. The water is different temperatures depending on where you are in the world. And we'll talk about some different habitats in different temperature parts of the neritic zone a little bit later. But overall, it's just like a happy place where there's lots of life. So the last section is the open ocean or the oceanic zone. So depending on which test question or who's asking it, sometimes they refer to it as open ocean and sometimes they refer to it as oceanic. So I do want you to be familiar with both. And so this is the open waters of the ocean. From the ocean floor to its surface. So what we have here is like the edge of the continental plate. The continental plates, as we see, are really thick. And then you have the oceanic plates that are really thin. So when we talk about plate tectonics, there's two different types depending on if it's ocean or continental. And so between the continental and oceanic, it slopes downward. And so like that sloping, and then all of this that will extend all the way here is the open ocean or the oceanic zone. And it is from the bottom of the floor all the way up to the top. And so when we watched the Finding Nemo clips, we actually saw two different parts of the open ocean zone. We saw like something that wasn't so deep, and then this can go even deeper and be way, way, way deep. And so when you had the anglerfish, that fish, it was pitch black until he lit up. And so in that part of the ocean, it is completely dark because sunlight doesn't reach at all. Whereas like where the sharks were living, it's going to be somewhere a little bit up closer to up here because there's still some sunlight reaching it. So this can go from 0 to 9,000 meters. And there is very little sunlight, and it's only at the surface, which is why there are not many animals here. So things that live in this zone of the ocean are like krill, whales, dolphins. Anything that can swim really well can live in the oceanic zone because it can then swim to get the things that it needs. It can move around. It doesn't stay there. And then there's also, obviously, the creepy fish. 2 E's. The creepy fish from Finding Nemo. Oh, I can't type. And so adaptations, they would have to be able to, like we said, the sharks and the dolphins, they have to be able to stay at the surface. Or produce their own light. And an adaptation that is like neither positive nor negative that the anglerfish has, that creepy fish, is that he actually is blind. Because why? Think about that. Why would it not matter if he has sight? Because he can't see. It's pitch black. So a lot of organisms that live in the deep, dark bottoms of the ocean are blind because they don't need to see. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, you see here I have the exit slip. We're not going to do that yet. You're going to go back to this page. We stopped on number 7, I believe, and we're going to now identify the zones of the ocean with our whiteboard practice. Again, please pause after each one that I show you, and then push play when you're ready to move on. So here we are going to start. This is going to be, oh, I'm sorry, it should be number 11. All my slides are off now. Because I forgot this thing was in here. So you can just start at number 12. That way you're on the same thing as me. Okay, so is this the intertidal, the neritic, or the open ocean zone? So this is the zone with the greatest diversity of life. Go ahead and push pause, write your answer. Great, this is gonna be the neritic zone. Number 13. Animals in this zone are adapted to survive changes in water depth, temperature, and the saltiness of water. They must also be able to cling to the shore. Go ahead and pause and write your answer. Okay, this one is the intertidal zone. Next, number 14. This zone receives little sunlight except at its surface. Go ahead and pause and write your answer. Great, this is going to be the open ocean zone. Number 15. This is the zone where coral reefs are found. Go ahead and push pause. All right, this is going to be the neritic zone. This is the zone where Nemo's father and Dory are chased by the scary fish. What zone is this? Go ahead and push pause. And the answer is the open ocean zone. And this right here, this picture, and I'll make it bigger for so you can see. Go ahead and push pause, write what zone this is. Great, this is going to be the intertidal zone. Oh, I guess I should keep it zoomed in. What about this one? Push pause. So if you see here, we see that there are plants on the bottom. This is actually going to be the neritic zone. The sunlight reaches, we can see the ocean floor. It's the neritic zone. Next one. Push pause, write your answer. All right, so this is going to be the open ocean zone. I'm sorry, that's a total lie. It's the neritic zone. There's lots of life forms. This is the zone where whales live. Go ahead and pause and write your answer. We're on number 20. This is the open ocean zone. And then last but not least is the zone where algae lives. Could push pause. This one's hard because algae could actually be a little bit everywhere. We wrote it down as mostly being, sometimes, I don't think we wrote it down, but sometimes it's found in the intertidal zone. It's also going to be found in the neritic zone. And so anything you put would be fine there. All right, so the last thing that you're going to do is in your packet, and I printed it weird here, but yours should all be on one slip. Go ahead and answer the exit slip questions. If you have finished early, you can work on your homework. Thank you very much for your hard work today, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.